Yo, you tuned in to Guerilla Cross Radio.
All right, we are here. We're live. We're in effect. This is Mo. Mel is still gone. I don't know if she's ever coming back. But anyway, you're listening to Girl Chat Sports, or if you're watching us on Facebook Live or Guerilla Cross Radio app, we've got that streaming. So shout out to everybody that's watching that. Shout out to Quan. Shout out to Let the Ball Bounce, A Name Sports Show. Shout out to A-Train, Arlington, all our peeps, Mike Dixon, and Las Vegas Sports Daily. I've got some guests that are helping me out tonight, which I'm excited about. I'm excited like I was last week. So I have with me in studio, I don't know if you follow this young lady, but she's amazing, incredible, and she has the best knowledge and savvy sense on MMA, combat fighting, boxing, anything in that arena. So she is known as the Sportsnista. Hey, Miss Cassandra, and I don't want to mess up your last name, and I'll say Cousino, but I don't want to say. Did I say it right?
You're close.
Well, how do you pronounce it?
It's Cousino. It's
Cousino,
like Smith, but the opposite. Yeah.
Man, look here, Cousino. She's a beast in her own right. So I'm glad that she is my special guest co-host, and then we both have a guest in studio. Very excited about this young man. We were talking before we decided to go live, but he is just a phenomenal kid. I can't even say kid. I'm thinking young man because his height precedes him and everything else. So he's
like 7 feet tall.
Right. So we have 13-year-old Kamdyn Perry.
Hi.
Hey. He is one of Vegas's, I feel like, with his track record and what he's doing right now in the field of baseball, because we're talking baseball today. That's why I got my Dodgers hat on to represent my team, LA.
I'm gonna tell you a story about the Dodgers when we're done.
You gotta tell me a story about it. But we're gonna be talking to Kamdyn today because not only is this young person 13 years old, but he's I thought his program height was 5'10". He's at 6 foot.
Yeah,
and he's throwing 75 mile per hour fastballs. A right-handed pitcher. Who's coming into his own, so we're going to be talking to him. And then we're taking calls, too. And then any questions you guys have on Facebook Live, we're streaming on that, or Guerilla Cross. But you can definitely call us at 702-608-3259. That is the number. So we're going to get into it. I explained to Kamdyn, and I'll let you know, Cassandra, that we usually get into a little bit of Vegas sports first and foremost.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about how we met. We met at the Lights game. And for all of you guys that don't know, the Lights had a win this past Saturday.
All right.
And I'm just super stoked because that was their first win of this season.
That win was a game too late.
It was a game too late.
Guarantee.
Okay. So we had a draw the first game, and then they went to 2 away games and lost those, and then they come back for the first time back home in Cashman Field, which 9,102 people showed up.
Great crowd. The owner had guaranteed the first win of the season, and if the team did not win and the draw did not count as a win, that everybody who went to that game got free tickets. So the deck was a little stacked.
Yes, it was. So we'll have to see if the next home game brings that same crowd.
It's a great crowd, though. It's worth the $20 and the $5 that you're going to spend on parking.
Man, shout out to Jose Vellante from Sudden Death as well. He was there. Shout out to Mike Dixon, Las Vegas Sports Daily as well. Shout out to just a few people that I just got to meet and stuff. It was just electric.
It always is. They have the drum lines out there.
Yeah, what's the name of that drum line? La Fruenza?
Fruenza?
Yeah.
Influenza, like it's the flu.
I know, I was saying it like it was a
Freza.
flu. Okay. Freza.
Yeah.
Man. So
they're awesome.
They were awesome. So salute to the Golden Knights night as well. So if you guys did attend, or if you saw my post or any videos that I posted, the players were wearing these Golden Knight inspired jerseys.
Looked great.
And they looked amazing, you know? And so they also had the band. That's the official band, the drum bots for the Golden Knights.
Bots out there, baby, just lighting it up.
Absolutely. I mean, it was one of those games that was just like, or matches, I should say, that was just like, holy cow. This is what the soccer matches look like. Because that was my first time going.
Oh, really?
That was my first time. So this is my inaugural time going. And I just couldn't believe the energy. And I just was all about it. Shout out to Chance, the mascot. He was there repping for Golden Knights. I mean, it just was a really good night. And we actually had 2 scores.
Yeah.
But one didn't count.
Right.
And we ended up winning. Yeah. And then it was like a tense home game because even the players were kind of getting into it with the opposing team.
They got to scrapping
not once but twice.
Yeah.
But Eric Ronaldo was fired up as well.
Right.
And so they brought the W. And, you know, that's always a good thing. So they played the Salt Lake City Monarchs, and in the past they've lost to them. Mm-hmm. So this was a first win for them, actually, against them.
Monarchs got salty.
Yeah, they got salty.
This is a different team than it was last season.
Absolutely.
This is a faster team. They're a bit younger, and they play with a lot more urgency than they did in the inaugural season. So the goalie's actually from Bishop Gorman.
Oh, yeah, Tommy Olsen. Shout out to Tommy.
Local guy out there doing his thing.
Right.
But that atmosphere is always like that. I've been to a handful of games out there. I have a young family. I got 2 rascals who are like drunk roommates who got access to my change jar, it seems like. So I like taking the kids out there.
I was about to say, what are they doing with the change jar?
Man, they got red sippy cups. It's a party out there.
I love it. That is so dope.
But bring your family, and like you don't have to like it. Look, you could go to a lights game cheaper than you could go through the drive-through at Starbucks.
Oh, absolutely, and that's even including the paid parking. Like the paid parking is not even, you know, it's minimal.
They're not charging.
They're not charging nothing for the parking. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, they've got another game coming up. I believe it's a away game. I didn't even check to see when they're playing next again. But the next home game, you definitely have to come out for this because it's electric. Like I said, I had a really good time. And shout out to Alex Nyarko Harley, is how I want to pronounce his name as best as I can, because he was top earner in that game. He scored the game-winning shot, and like I said, the first one didn't count, but you know, it was solid. Right. It was solid. They were all defensively like. It was great. It just was a good game. So, yeah, and shout out to my parents, my dad and my brother for going. It was my dad's first lights game.
Oh,
so
nice.
for him to go, it was kind of like, okay.
He buy you some ice cream?
No, he wanted to buy some dinner and treats for me, but it's all good. Shout out to Dad. Shout out to my brother for going and supporting. Like I said, it was a really, really good time. So we got the lights, and then I got to see the Aviators Media Day yesterday.
Gorgeous park.
Oh my God. So you guys, let me tell you, the Aviators baseball team, it is a AAA minor baseball team for the Oakland A's. That park that's out there in Summerlin, the Las Vegas ballpark, it sits on Festival Plaza. It's like 2 blocks down from where the Fortress, where the Knights practice. But I have to tell you, it's incredible.
It's professional.
It is very professional. I mean, they have elevated a level of looking at a baseball stadium other than anything we've seen in this city. I mean, even when Cashman Field was first opened, yes, that was probably something to see because it was in the early 80s, you know what I mean? But it's to look at that now and see what this ballpark looks like.
It's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
It's a carpet out there. Now, listen, you know, it's $70 million of public money gone into that park, so it best be nice.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, when I tell you that even when I was talking to Don Logan, shout out to Don Logan, who's COO for the Las Vegas Aviators, I interviewed him briefly, and he was just speaking about how he's really stressing the importance of local community, wanting that turnout to be us, to bring like a lot of our born and raised that were here, a lot of us that have lived here for quite some time, to come out that way. And can I tell you that when you do go, it's gonna be a nice evening out.
Nice experience.
It's gonna be a real nice experience.
And I think especially if you grew up here, or you've been in Vegas for a long time, which I have not, but I've been to a lot of ballparks across the country. You miss that experience, and if you haven't had it, you go.
Yeah. I mean, you can't not go. I mean, it's sold out the first night, okay? Because they're playing the Sacramento River Cats, which is the AAA minor for San Francisco Giants. But they've sold out that first night. And I was speaking to Goose and Dre that I had on the show last week. Shout out to Let the Ball Bounce again. That the tickets for the resale are between $135 to $355. And then, can I just tell you guys real quick?
It'll cost you a coin.
That's crazy. Because once that's over and the storm has calmed down, the tickets will be little next to nothing.
Right.
But the food concessions, the food that they're going to have, and I'm a big foodie person, the food is going to be Giada's. If you have a suite level seat, you're getting Giada's food. Then you've got 2 signature sandwiches coming from Capriotti's.
Right.
You've got street tacos.
Get your Bobby.
Yes, get your Bobby and get your Philly cheesesteak, because that's the 2 that they're featuring, so you already know.
Yep.
And then they're also having Ferraro's. If you're familiar with Ferraro's over there on Paradise across from... Yeah.
Now, the thing is, I'm a vegetarian.
Okay.
And so I generally don't eat food that doesn't have parents. But what happens in the ballpark is I'm going to find the churros, I'm going to find the popcorn, and I'm going to find the lemonade. But I think that the taco spot has like a cheese quesadilla or something like that.
Yeah, it's going to be Magusta Tacos.
Which I love.
Which I love tacos.
Their habanero salsa.
Really?
Special.
You know, I was trying some things and I was just like, oh my God. The food here, I mean, I can't eat anymore. The tastings was just crazy. And shout out to Tenaya Creek, too, because they've come up with a special ale for the team, the Aviators Ale. So it's got a nice crisp and bite to it, too, from what they were describing. And like I said, who can't? Fly Dogs, another gourmet hot dog. Like, they're going to have, like I said, it's a real experience. Like, not only going to enjoy the game with the players, and I got to talk to a couple of their pictures that stood out to me.
You took a lot of photos, I saw.
Yeah, I did. I mean, hey, y'all need to be following Girl Chat Sports on Instagram and Facebook, because I've got photos posted all on that thing. So make sure you do check that out. But yeah, talking to them, and everyone's excited. The uniforms look great. I mean, the field is laid out. It looks really good. But here's the thing that stands out to me the most. Check this out.
What happened?
You don't have to pay for parking.
Free
Free
$99.
parking. You do not have to pay for parking over there. That's probably one of the only few sports venues where we will not have to pay for parking.
And they've got the crosswalk set up so that it's pedestrian friendly. But for those of y'all who are going to be driving in and not used to a pedestrian friendly place, watch out for people.
Right.
Watch out for people.
Please do.
People are going to just be wandering in and out of those crosswalks. And so just be nice to each other out there. Like, you don't want to go to a ball game and catch a case.
Right.
So
and I mean, especially when they are set up through the roundabouts, like, you have to make sure that you're properly using that. Or Lyft or Uber, man. I do that all the time.
Ride your bike if you're in the area.
Come on. Check out the game. Again, the inaugural game is April 9th. They play the Sacramento.
Day before my birthday.
Really?
Aries
2 days
gal.
before my brother's birthday. And shout out to him because he's going on his birthday. So it's a 3-day game, 3-day game series. So should be good, you guys. A good time. So, speaking of baseball, like I said, we have Kamdyn here.
Kamdyn, I think, grew 2 inches since we've been sitting here.
Yeah.
You know, his dad is here, so, I mean, I hope you have a Costco membership or something like that. How are you feeding this man-child?
I know, something. I mean, we're going to get into it because Kamdyn here, are you born and raised here by chance?
Basically, but I was born in Nebraska, but we moved here when I was like 1.
Okay, so you've been playing, or you've been hitting baseball since you've been 1? Or since when you can remember?
Probably since like 3-4 years old.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Got your dad to fact check you, so.
Right. So what got you drawn into it? What was your out of all the sports, why baseball?
It was mainly my dad. When I was young, he always just wanted me to play baseball, and so he put me on a little league team. And at first, I hated it. I didn't want baseball, but once I got into it, I started to love it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're in the position of being a pitcher.
Yes.
As I described at the beginning of the show, you're throwing 75 mile per hour.
Yeah.
That's incredible, by the way.
Yeah.
What gets you psyched as far as what gets you psyched as far as your morning? Because from what we understand, you start your mornings at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Which is intense for a 13-year-old.
Yeah,
like 6
good for you.
a.m. that's early.
Yeah.
I mean, and then your day keeps going until 9 o'clock. So what is normally the routine for you as far as your 6 a.m.?
Well, I go to school. I get out at like 3:10, and then we get to places at like 4. And I start out with speed and agility or weight class, and then after that I would do like 2-3 hours every day, and then after that I would have baseball practice or hitting practice.
Wow. So what school are you attending right now?
I'm going to Green Valley Christian School.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
My daughter went there actually for preschool. We were thinking about going back, so I have to ask you about that.
Well, you know what? He's going to be entering in the fall somewhere else, and we'll get into that. So your speed and agility, as far as that kind of training goes, what does that consist of for our audience, as far as you throwing, catching, hitting? I mean, is it all of that, running? Like, what is your routine as far as the training when that goes down?
Well, when we're there, we do. When I'm there, I'm with other people and we do drills, we do hurdles, and we just do a variety of stuff. Usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays, it changes up, but it's a lot.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
And then, from what I understand, in the summers, you're training somewhere else?
Yeah. I go to Florida, and we train at the Florida Baseball Ranch, and they're 8 to 5. The first 7 hours is like pitching and all arm stuff, and then I do like 2 hours for batting, and I just love it there. It's amazing. The humidity's kind of like,
yeah, I figured the humidity would be kind of
but
jarring.
once you get there for like a week, you get used to it.
Yeah, after a week, you're ready to go.
After a week of working out. Yeah.
And
are you doing any other like cross training, or you just like you're not on the mound the whole time, correct?
No.
So it's more of skills and drills that you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what do you do just for the rest of your body? Because you can't just be pitching the whole time. But
well, after you pitch, you want to run to let just blood flow through your body.
Yeah.
So when I pitch, a full game, my dad will have me run, a lap or two around the field just to get that blood flowing through you.
Oh man, you guys out there, this is I have never in my time met a young kid with such dedication, with such focus, as far as like wanting the dream to happen, where he essentially, like, what's your end game? And guys, don't forget, you guys can call in, ask questions as well, 702-608-3259. As far as the teams you've played for, are you playing for like just like intramural baseball squads? What level are you as far as in your competition with other baseball players?
So it goes, there's AA, AAA, and then we have majors.
Okay.
I'm always up in with the majors part of our league, and we play in Perfect Game, which is one of the biggest tournaments you can go to, and I play in California, Florida, Utah, and just wherever.
Now, are you the youngest in the major?
Most of the time when I play for other teams, I'm usually the youngest, but I'm always the biggest. But yeah, most of the time I'm the youngest. Sometimes I'm the oldest for some teams.
Now, do they misconstrue your age when they see you with the height of being 6 foot?
Yeah,
they can't believe that you're 13 years old.
They're like giving you car keys, like, can you move my vehicle?
Right. Oh, it looks like we have a call. All right. Go ahead. Girl Chat Sports. You're talking to Mo, Cassandra, and Kamdyn. Who are we speaking with? Hello?
A ghost?
Hey, Cam. This is Grandma.
Grandma is on the line. Shout out to Grandma. Let's see if we can hear her. Okay, there we are. All right. Hi, Grandma. How are you?
I'm great. You have a great show and an amazing young man on your show.
We are getting to know that right now, and even beforehand. He is very extraordinary. Thank you so much for the compliment for our show, as well as for your grandson. Where do you see him going as far as his future? Like, what are your aspirations with Kamdyn?
To the pros. I see him going all the way. And I just wanted to share something not many people know. He has a fabulous nickname called Little Arnold, after his Little Arnold, after his great-grandfather.
Oh, okay. So they call you Little Arnold?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Any other little factoids?
I don't want to embarrass him.
Oh, come on, Grandma.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Give him the training.
Yeah. Anything else
I don't want to embarrass him, but I just want to... Nope, I just wanted to tell you have a great man and a great show.
Oh, well, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate it.
Well, it takes a village, so congratulations to you, Grandma.
Absolutely. So you
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So it looks like you got full family support behind you.
Yeah,
so
I do.
you have siblings?
Yeah, I have 2 sisters.
Okay. Are you the oldest?
No, I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest.
Yeah.
So you get on their nerves.
Yes.
Okay.
Are your sisters still in school? Are they in high school?
Yeah, they're 11th and 9th.
Oh, okay. Cool. So how is the family as far as in your corner with everything? I mean, because it takes a lot of sacrifice for your hours that you're doing. It takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of sacrifice on the other side of the family too.
Yeah.
So does that sometimes add any stress to you, or do you feel like, you know, I'm not at the level that I should be at, or I feel like, God, I didn't have the great day, I don't want to disappoint you? Do you get any of those kind of pressures sometimes?
I mean, very rarely. They usually have my back, and they're always very supportive of me.
Oh, okay. Very good. So I see you're wearing GBG.
Yeah.
So what is this group? It looks like Garcia
Para.
Para
it's,
baseball?
It's out of San Diego.
Oh, okay.
That's one of my main teams.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how many teams are you on then?
GBG, CBA, Texas Raiders. Those are my 3 main teams, and then I guest play for a lot of teams.
And are you starting in those positions when you're there? Or
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Hey, Kim, do you know, so the Garcia Para baseball group, is that affiliated with Nomar Garcia Para? It's such a unique name. We kind of got to think somewhere, right?
I actually don't know.
That's there, and we'll find out. How are you balancing your schoolwork?
It's hard. You have to stay up late sometimes, sacrifice some sleep, but you get through it.
And I'm sure you're having a stellar GPA. I don't want to disclose like what your numbers are, but I'm sure you're doing very well in school too.
I try.
On top, yeah, very good. So, do you have a favorite baseball team? Because I always want to ask.
Yes, the Angels.
The Angels. Okay.
Angels and Cubs.
Angels and Cubs.
Yeah.
No Dodgers, huh?
No.
All right.
Dodgers.
We're gonna end this interview real quickly.
Yeah, you're all done. What do you think about Shohei Ohtani then? He's pitching and hitting. Would you rather want him choose what side of the plate to be on?
No, I think it's great. I mean, he's obviously a great pitcher, and he's a great hitter on both sides, and I like how he is right now.
Yeah, you see, speaking of Dodgers, Greinke had 2 home runs last night.
Yeah.
So pitchers can hit.
Oh yeah, they can. Yeah, we don't have Greinke anymore, unfortunately, but that's okay.
They did him dirty.
Nah, yeah, that's true. So Cubs, why the Cubs?
Well, my one of the teachers got me into them. I never really watched them, but he got me into them, and I started watching them, and I just love their gameplay and how they do things.
Okay. So essentially those are the 2 teams that you would like to go for, but you'll go anywhere that allows you. Right?
And plus Chris Bryant.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris Bryant.
Hey,
love
actually,
Chris
the
Bryant.
Cubs are on right now.
Yeah, they are. Are they behind me?
Yeah,
They're on?
they're up 3-2.
Who are they playing
I
tonight?
believe. The Braves. Looks
Oh,
like.
okay. All right. So what is your forecast for the MLB season? Who do you think is going to come out on top as far as World Series contenders? I know it's early. Some of us are 6 games in the season. Some are 8.
Yeah. I want Angels, but I see Dodgers going again because they've made it twice. They have more players, better players, and I see Dodgers up there.
Well, the Brewers right now are 6-1.
Ooh.
And I see the Rangers might be trying to do something too. The Astros might be trying to do something.
Yeah, we got 156
Yes, we do.
games to
It's
go.
just so early. It's so early.
Put your seatbelts on, buckle
I
in.
know it's so early, but I appreciate the shout out on that. It would be nice to see Angels and
The Angels and Dodgers.
Yeah,
the
that would be
Subway
kind of dope.
Series in California.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, in your spare time, are there any other sports that you do like to watch or have time to kind of appreciate?
My friends really they're all into football and basketball. So whenever I have a chance, during study hall, if I'm done with all my work, they're always watching something like basketball or
on their
football.
phones.
No, we have
at school, or?
we have computers.
Oh, all right.
That's
See,
how
it's a
advanced
whole
and level,
different thing.
next level.
I'm thinking kids are sneaking their cell phones, but no, y'all
No,
got
that's how next
screens.
level everything for this young man is.
Right. He's like, I don't
Yes.
fool with things
Right.
in my pocket.
So, do you
Who's
have
screen?
a team that you like as far as in basketball and football?
No, not really.
Not
I
really.
just watch it.
Just watch.
Yeah.
Who do you most like to enjoy watching?
Out of
Any of them? When you watch, do you like watching LeBron when he is playing? Do you mind watching him or Westbrook or any of those guys? Harden, like.
Probably LeBron, because I always hear a lot of stuff about him, and my friend Josh, he really loves him. He always has his jerseys, always has his number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give man Josh.
Yeah. Shout out to Josh, like LeBron. And then as far as football goes, do you have a particular on that?
No, not really.
No? So as far as the love of baseball goes, would you ever contemplate doing overseas before you go pro, if that was an option for you? Or what are you wanting to landscape as far as mapping out the journey for yourself after school?
I mean, it'd be cool to go overseas to, play with other teams. But I'd probably, maybe after high school, get right into the draft picks.
Yeah. And shout out his high school that he will be attending for freshman year is Gorman, Bishop Gorman.
Good
Going to
for
Bishop
them.
Gorman, which will unlock, highly likely, a lot of doors for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
And then
sure
the
they
plan, huh?
Yeah, I'm sure they knew about you when you were 5.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when did you get your notice? Like, when did it really spark that, hey, you've got something, there's some talent here, there's actually a gift here? When did you really realize that hey, this is my thing?
Well, when I was younger, I wasn't the best, but because I was just learning. And when I started to get around 9 or 10, I started to get into pitching, and I would always be one of the faster pitchers on the teams. So I'd be working on pitching, and pitching was probably just always my, main thing.
Okay, very cool. Was there any other positions you opted for before you got the niche of pitching? Was there something else you thought?
I love first base and third base.
First base and third? Nice. So you're all infield then. You're not an outfielder.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
And that's all right.
Sometimes I play there. But
You do play the outfield
yeah.
positions? Okay. Exciting.
Yeah, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So, like, all successful athletes aren't just successful on the field. They're successful in life. So, if you weren't pitching, what are your interests, and what do you see yourself kind of doing as like a well-rounded adult? I know you're 13.
Right.
Right, but what else would you do besides baseball?
Well, I've always talked about if I didn't get into baseball, and I never made it, which I hope doesn't happen.
You will.
I'd
Yeah,
be
definitely.
like a sports medic.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
So just technically still in the field, just helping out other people.
Dr.
Nice.
Little Arnold.
Yes, Little Arnold. I don't want to call him Little Arnold. I know Granny put him on blast, but I like the Little Arnold.
Your
It's kinda
mama and
cute.
them call you?
Yeah,
What am I calling
yeah,
you?
exactly. So, does your grandma live here too?
No, it's me, my sisters, my dad and mom. We all live here in Vegas, and the whole rest of our family live in Nebraska.
Oh, in Nebraska. Okay. How often do you go back?
We go there for holidays sometimes.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
Well, shout out to Mom. I know that it's a team effort, that Dad's out there on the
Right.
field, but Mom is holding it down in all the other places. So congratulations to your family.
Thank you.
You're certainly a well-poised and talented young man, but
I know, this is just incredible. Like,
super.
I'm just amazed. I'm in awe. I think this is, I wish I had some, hopefully maybe we can get those later, like some highlight reels and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, they're
Post,
on.
yeah.
I've seen them.
Yeah.
I've seen them.
Where can they find you on social media?
You can find me on Facebook. You just look up Kamdyn Perry. It's Kamdyn with a K, Kamdyn, and there's lots of videos and me pitching, me hitting, and there's a lot of videos on there.
Yeah, you got to check it out
Yeah,
because I
I've
think it's
seen
just
them.
incredible. So another question real quick, and you're more than welcome to stay and hang out with us, but what's your favorite food? I always like to ask people that. Are you on a specific diet with all your training?
I'm not on a specific diet, but I like to not eat a lot of junk food. So I love pizza.
Okay.
But, like,
Shout out to Quan, Guerilla Cross. He's a pizza lover too.
Hey.
I also
pizza.
love to eat chicken and just many types of protein.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably need lots of protein.
Yeah, definitely to build muscle and all that strength to throw those fastballs.
Yeah. And no protein in trips.
Yeah, right. Now, you a big sunflower seed eater too, like the rest of the pros?
No, I've always had a problem with those when I was little. I tried them, I'd choke on them. So
Oh,
like,
okay.
Not
So not for
me.
you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pumpkin
man.
seeds?
No.
No seeds.
No.
No seeds at all.
And then before we got on air, you were talking about your dad had mentioned that you were like into yoga or using yoga as a part of your training and conditioning. And I meant to mention that before.
Yeah. On Friday before we go out to a game, I get into hot yoga. So it's like it's same as yoga, but you're put into a room and it's like extra hot.
Right, really
and
hot.
It just helps me stretch out before I can pitch or do whatever.
Do you feel okay coming out of there like that?
Very sweaty.
Okay.
But yeah, after the sweat calms down, I feel great.
And do you notice your game changes a little bit as far as your throwing and stuff? So it's effective, you guys. The yoga
flexibility is important.
It is. I mean, when I was out there the media day yesterday with the aviators, they had True Fusion. One of the instructors out there, shout out to True Fusion, stretching the players and giving them yoga poses and different positions and stuff. And with your yoga, how long have you been practicing as far as that goes? Did you just get started into it? Did you just realize?
I think it's been about half a year, maybe a year.
Okay.
I've been in for a little while.
All right, cool. What's your favorite position to be in?
I don't really know the names. I just do what they tell me to do.
You can't beat child's pose, right?
I was going to say child's pose is my favorite one because I'm resting.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the
fall
one.
Asleep down there.
You fall asleep down there. Yeah, easily.
Yeah, I'm always tempted to fall asleep when we're laying on the ground.
Of course, because it's so relaxing.
Yeah.
Like the environment's crazy.
Yeah, I never knew anybody who wanted to get up and fight after they did some yoga. You know?
You necessarily couldn't. You really couldn't. So is there anything exciting that you do on your spare time? Do you have a favorite of any kind of social activity once the time permits that you like to do?
When I have my spare time, I be working on my arm care, but when I'm just done with everything, I like to play Fortnite.
Fortnite, you're a big Fortnite kid.
Can you do Orange Justice? I can't.
I can't do it. I don't know how people do it.
How well are you on Fortnite?
I like to say I'm good, but when I play against other players, I'm not that great.
That's because they're cheating.
Cheat codes is out there. Cheat codes is out there on the Fortnite. Anything else you like to do socially? Like you're hanging out with your friends from time to time?
Yeah, sometimes they come over. We watch a movie, we play games, and they just have a good time.
And I know being 13, you've got to have some admirers. There's got to be some crushes, a few. Even when he's heading into Gordon.
Who's your celebrity crush?
Yeah, who's your celebrity crush? Do you have any of that kind of thing?
No, not really.
No?
No.
Good for you. Girls are known trouble starters.
Yeah, don't let them distract you. Okay? We're here at Girl Chat Sports. We're not going to allow that to happen.
No.
Your dad's not going to. We're not going to allow that to happen. Stay focused on your craft. I mean, it sounds like you're just doing incredible things, and I just wish you the best. I mean, I want you to keep flourishing, keep growing, and I want you to come back, too, as you get older. Hopefully don't get too Hollywood on us. Like, don't forget the little people.
Yeah.
Remember who gave you that bottle of water?
Remember who gave you that water.
Okay.
Yeah, remember who? He's like, okay. All jokes aside, though, Cam, is there anybody that you want a special shout out to, or anything that you want to say?
My family, my friends at school, they're there for me. They're always messing around and trying to make the day the best that it could be. Just everyone that's there for me.
All right. Sounds like you got a lot of people in your corner.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing. Guys, call in and ask questions to Cam or any of us at 702-608-3259. This is Girl Chat Sports. Do you mind hanging out with us a little bit more?
Yeah.
Cool. So
folks are knocking on me saying, hitting my phone saying, where are you on Facebook Live?
Oh,
Can you
really?
tell
We're at
them
the
again?
Gorilla Cross radio app. If you go and like that page,
So Gorilla Cross
Gorilla
Radio.
Cross, and that's spelled Guerilla and Cross. And
It's
then we have our
Gorilla.
Gorilla. And then we also have our Facebook Girl Chat Sports group. So if you like our page on that, or we add you on that, you can definitely see it live on there. And then we'll do the audio podcast on Apple Podcasts tomorrow, Podomatic.
Or they can watch and listen on GorillaCross.com.
Yes, and they can definitely watch on GorillaCross.com.
Oh, go to GorillaCross.com.
Yeah, that'd be easy.
Yeah.
Stop bothering me.
So even with Kamdyn here being my guest, I also have Cassandra here as a guest, and Cassandra is very knowledgeable as far as MMA goes, boxing goes. Like I said in the intro, we got a fight this weekend. A couple of them. The Mayweather fight. Not Mayweather specifically, but under his promotion umbrella. Yeah. So what is your take on that? Because that's this Friday, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
Locally. So here's the thing. Floyd Mayweather and Mayweather Promotions have really been putting together some really strong local cards. What's happened, though, I think on the fight landscape is there have been other venues that have been taking a bite of our elephant. So whereas Vegas is still ground zero for big fight cards, like, so we're going to see Canelo coming up in May, and then UFC will be back here in July for International Fight Week. There's also really big fights happening around the country. So April is busy, for instance. So in Staples, you got Lomachenko coming up. Clarissa Shields actually is a big female fight coming up in Atlantic City on April 12th with Clarissa Shields and Christina Hammer.
Nice.
Kind of a grudge match. Hammer hasn't had much competition. Clarissa hasn't either, but like these two are the best in their division right now in boxing. And Clarissa, I love Clarissa Shields for boxing for women. She's kind of she's very gregarious. She's like a throwback to Ali when it comes to selling a fight. She's also a two-time or back-to-back gold medalist in the Olympics, and so she is definitely the truth. And then on April 20th, you're going to see Terrence Crawford and Amir Khan actually in Barclays. Yeah, I know, right? We're gonna see how that jaw is.
Yeah.
We gonna see. But I mean, Terrence Crawford's gonna run out of people to fight, and so the problem with the welterweight division, first of all, it's stacked. It is on fire. It's probably the most competitive division, probably 1 through 5 in all of boxing, but because of the way these guys are promoted, they're not always going to see each other. So Terrence Crawford is kind of the guy on the outside looking in, but then you've got Sean Porter and you've got Manny Pacquiao, then you've also got Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. Errol Spence, in my opinion, is number 1, and then I would put Terrence Crawford at number 2, and then the rest of them are going to fight out for third, except for Manny Pacquiao. Manny looked like he wants to fight Floyd again.
Yeah, well, that seemed to be the rumor after this past fight. Like, we see them, kind of giving each other hugs at the Lakers game or whatever, like sensing like we're going to do business.
Right. Well, listen, it was too much money. When it comes to the fight game, the dollars got to make sense.
Right.
And when you're talking $100 million, that's a whole lot of sense making right there. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have a Maypac 2. It'll be unfortunate because I think there's more competitive fights out there. I mean, Errol Spence said he would fight Manny.
Right. So why don't we just go that way? Because, I mean, let's be honest. Oh, it looks like we got another call.
Who this?
Yes, who this? Girl Chat Sports, you're talking to Mo, Cassandra, and Camden.
Hello.
Hello. Who am I speaking with? Hello?
Take a surprise guess and see who this is.
I can't even.
Do I owe you some money?
I can't even guess.
I owe you some money?
Come on now. You gonna do me like that, Mo?
Who is this?
People.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Damn, it's Jose Z from Sundeck.
Oh my God. Come on, Jose. What's up? Jose, your voice sounds totally different than in person.
Different.
Come on, bro. Like, I would never. Shout out to Jose at Sudden Death. Man, come on. You didn't even sound like you. Where are you right now?
I am currently at work as we speak, so I'm trying to sneak this in here with you, girl.
Oh, that's why your voice sounds different.
That's why you trying to hide from the man. All right, go ahead. What were we talking about?
So, look, I heard you ladies talking about boxing. One thing I wanted to ask you guys, because I know Cassandra boxing, what the hell is up with Paulie Malignaggi and slapping people? Doesn't this guy have to just get over it and realize that his boxing career is over, and he never really did that much overall to begin with?
Yeah, so let me set the table on the Paulie issue. And so Paulie is now part of the Bare Knuckles League promotion, so they fight without gloves. Right. So Paulie was the infamous sparring partner of Conor McGregor, and there was a leaked sparring video between Conor and Paulie, and it did not look so good for Paulie, although it was a clip. Anything could have happened before, during, and after, so who knows. So he's been salty ever since. Artem Lobov, who is Conor McGregor's friend and training partner, is who Paulie slapped. So Paulie been trying to get backs ever since that happened. So Paulie might be a retired boxer, but guess what? His pimp hand's strong, because I saw the slap. So, but you notice how...
Okay, but if you saw the slap, it was very off guard. It was very non-called for. Not only that, if you look at the swing when you swung at the guy, He swinged the guy from a distance. He couldn't even reach the guy.
So it's like a
It was
sucker
goofy.
slap.
It was a sucker slap,
Yeah.
and it was goofy. And Artem really is like about that life. He's not really trying to box you. He's going to fight you. And if you notice, actually, Rumble Johnson was holding Paulie with one hand and had his phone videotaping the other hand. Anytime a man can hold you with
I
one
saw
hand
that.
and
That was
hold
crazy.
in another,
Crazy.
you're not really coming with that much heat.
Right.
But I dig Paulie. He's a great commentator, and he was fun to watch as a boxer. But it's going to be a different type of experience for him if you're running around slapping dudes who are like 10 years younger than you and like fitting to get to
Oh,
scrapping now.
absolutely.
So, I mean, but
And then the one last thing I gotta say to you ladies
Yeah.
before I get going, because I'm gonna let you guys get back. I'm still watching, so don't worry. You know I'm supporting. But I'm gonna throw this out there on your show right now.
Okay.
You guys mentioned Amir Khan
Yeah.
and Bud Crawford.
you
I'm
best
gonna throw
not.
it out there. Amir Khan's gonna beat Bud Crawford.
If he beats him, it's going to have to be
telling
a
you guys
knockout
right now,
because he is
Amir
not
Khan
a better
will beat Bud
boxer.
Crawford.
I can't see it, but okay.
Let me tell
I'm
you
not
something.
saying he's a better boxer, but remember,
Yeah.
everybody is going to be on Bud Crawford. That's all I'm saying. You ladies enjoy the show. Have a great show. I'll still be listening to watch.
Okay, Jose,
Jose
thank
wear
you.
glasses, so
I wear glasses too. What you
What
trying to
he
say?
was
But I don't see
looking
what
at.
he's seeing.
Right, exactly. Adjust your prescription. But listen, it's boxing. Anybody
Yeah.
can get got.
Yeah.
You know, nobody thought that Marquez was going to like knock out Manny Pacquiao
Right.
the way that he did. So, and it happened. But here's what I'm going to say about Bud, though. Bud can switch stances in the middle of a fight. That, to go from orthodox to southpaw, like while somebody is expecting something from you, is a very dangerous thing to do. So, and he's not just athletic, he can punch with power, and he is a thinking boxer. I mean, a lot of boxers, a lot of
Yeah.
fighters been fighting their whole life.
Right.
So he has those instincts,
Right.
and he's in his prime right now.
Yeah.
Mir Khan is not in his prime. Now,
That's what I'm
anything
saying. Like,
can
that's why I
happen.
don't even see that.
But Ray Charles even, just said that you tripping, Jose. He saw that. He saw that.
Shout out to Jose though, Volante. That's the guy. Sudden Death Radio. You guys got to check him out. He was down there on the field with us for the lights and stuff. But
Jose is really big.
he's a big boxing guy too.
Boxing guy,
Yeah.
but also really big Aces supporter too.
Oh yes, absolutely. And
So-
speaking of the Aces, we've got a draft party next week.
Yeah.
That's going to be at the Miller's Ale House. That they're going to be.
I hope they got
What?
ginger beer.
Well,
Can I
I
get
haven't
a
had ginger
ale
beer.
or
I haven't
something?
had ginger beer in so long. But anyway, it's for the season ticket holders for the Aces. And speaking of that too, with tickets actually went on sale for the 17 games today.
Yeah.
Officially, you could buy your Las Vegas Aces basketball tickets. Now, 2 days prior to that, I was on a conference call with Derek Fisher, Bill Lambier, coach for the Liberty, a couple ESPN
New coach
correspondents.
for the
Yeah,
Liberty.
new coach. Yes. Then they were basically talking on terms of draft day, because draft day will be coming up soon, of what they're looking for.
Right.
And I know Lambier firsthand was saying he really wants a strong center, or he wants
Needs
a
a big.
guard. And so Asia Durr, she's up on for the grabbing.
Right.
Don't know if he can get her, but that'd be a second shooter that he
Right.
could have over Asia Wilson. That would
Right.
be something that the team definitely needs, because
She needs some help.
she definitely needs some help. She
I
definitely
mean,
needs some help because
Swartz lends some support.
Right.
As well. But Lambier really is about the bigs. I mean,
Yeah, he
Mariah
is.
was hurt most
Right.
of last season, and so you don't know what you're going to get
Right.
with her in a full season.
And then Maya Moore, from what I understood from the guys from Let the Ball Bounce, she's taking some time off on
Time
some
off. She
yeah,
said, "Psst,
yeah,
out to go
yeah.
and
on a
like,
religious
find
retreat.
Jesus
Yes,
or
absolutely.
somebody. Kumbaya,
Yeah,
somebody.
hey.
Do what you got to do.
Do what you gotta do, girl. But I think if his focus is getting another shooting guard of some sort of capacity to help her out, that will definitely push more wins for the team for
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, and I liked his two guard sets when we saw K-Mac out there leading the point. But she had some troubles
Yeah.
with her shot at the end of the season. She just could not find her range.
right,
Couldn't
right.
find- So, but that team last year had to get to know each other because
Oh, absolutely. That
they
was
were
first year.
overseas, and so a lot of them didn't even get back until like the sixth game is when we had the team at full capacity, and then of course you had Jefferson that was hurt as well. So
Absolutely,
you
yeah,
like
so.
to see them be a little bit faster, especially if they're going to compete with the Liberties. And,
absolutely.
And the
Sparks is
of
their
the
first
league.
game.
Yeah.
That's their first game opener.
And that game is chippy.
It sure does. It gets real chippy.
I love when Diana Taurasi comes to town, though, and Brittany Griner.
Oh, yeah. So we face her, too, in the schedule. Their schedule is very interesting. So when that happens, and then, WNBA All-Star is here, too. So that's going to give a great excitement to the city to see some more talent come out. Have you watched any of the Aces games, Camden?
No.
Oh my gosh, you guys gotta check them out. You gotta check out so the preseason game I know is at Cox Pavilion. I had the date from last episode. I can't really get my mind together on the date, but it's coming. Yeah. I think their regular season starts around Memorial Day weekend time. And then were you familiar with the WBDA, the developmental association
the developmental league? I mean, and they're competing with the NCAA.
Okay.
Because the women tend to stay in college a little bit longer, or they're going to go overseas to play, and so that development league, I like to see it kind of take a little bit, get more of the stars coming and being developed there. So, and it only improves the league.
Yeah, absolutely.
Only improves the league. You got to get used to the physicality of it, because it steps up from college, and you got to get used to the speed as well. And although it can happen overseas, stay over here, ladies.
Right. But again, it's the money thing. Like, they've got to try to make their money everywhere they can go. You know what I mean?
Money talk, boo boo walk.
Right. So I don't know. That's gonna be interesting. We got the sportsnista in the building, man. She is knowing her stuff. She's all on the facts of everything. Do I have another call?
I'm hungry too. So y'all got me on an empty stomach and a bottle
shout out
of
to
water.
Quan. Poor Quan. We walked in and he was eating his Subway sandwich like a G. Do you ever eat any fast food, Camden? Or do you just stick to your diet like you were speaking of before?
Yeah, we have to eat that sometimes a lot.
And what's your favorite?
Probably McDonald's. Everyone hates it, but
What do you eat there?
In the morning we get breakfast there. It's called the sausage egg McMuffin.
Okay,
and
sausage.
I get hash brown with it, and chocolate milk is my favorite.
Chocolate milk is yeah.
For breakfast, I'm like a little kid.
Are you?
I love that.
Could you eat
milk.
breakfast all the time? Because I can eat breakfast at any time of night. That's how I am.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, I could do that too. My guilty pleasure is low key a little bit McDonald's, and Quan knows this because sometimes the start of our show I'm coming in with nuggets and whatnot, and he's like, "Why do you come in here with these?"
Hilarious.
Like, I need to stop eating that stuff, but it's so good. You can't help it.
Yeah.
My kids are listening, and my daughter, my 4-year-old, she's 4, but she's like 84 in the mind. I call her Auntie Bells. Her name is Isabel. She's like, oh, Auntie. She's mean too, but she mean little girl. But her and her daddy go to McDonald's in the morning on more than a couple of occasions. I'm finding out, and she gets her hash browns, and daddy gets his coffee. You're not drinking coffee yet, are you?
No.
Will you ever drink coffee? Do you think?
I've smelled it. I don't like it.
Okay, not for you.
I don't like the smell.
Okay,
so.
good.
You're better for it.
And plus, from what they say, the old wives' tales, it stunts your growth. This kid's still growing.
Obviously you haven't had any
it.
coffee.
Yeah.
I've had too much coffee apparently, because I'm 5 feet tall.
Now, do you think, by chance, have the doctors or anybody ever said what your ideal height will probably be as you get older? Are you still growing, or have you had that?
I don't really know, but I'm probably leaning towards like 6'3", 6'4".
Wow.
Well, you're like 6 feet now, right?
Yeah. What is going on? Your dad's pretty tall though too.
Yeah.
As I see him.
How
Is your mom
tall
tall?
is your dad?
She's like 5'7".
Oh, okay. So
okay.
that makes sense. Yeah. So that's like my height, and then someone. And your sister's tall too?
Yeah.
Are they in any sports or anything as well?
They do track and field.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what events?
I think discus, and my other sister runs 800 meter or 400 meter.
Oh, okay.
Middle distance. Nice.
Yeah, that's what's up. Guys, we're having a good time having these great conversations. I mean, like I said, Camden is over here like just being a beast with all his factoids about his game performance and where he's playing and his training and his regimens and his schedule. I still can't get over the schedule and the yoga, and it's just
like super
it's limitless.
excited. Don't forget, go to Guerilla Cross Radio.
Yes, and check us out. And also, I wanted to touch on too, real quick too, about the AAF. You heard about that, right?
Man, gone.
What is that?
$250 million.
Okay, so that didn't even. Okay, so $250 million was supposedly put in, but then $70 million
supposed to be the seed money.
Right.
The owner put in $70 million of his own money.
Okay.
I mean, I would have advised him on where to put $70 million, other than a league that was gonna last for what, a hot minute. But I mean, it started off well, and I think because there wasn't a whole lot of competition in terms of what was happening, you had to put a lot of money in marketing, a lot of money in marketing. It almost felt like it was sprung on us.
Yeah,
like, hey,
it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, they're playing in the snow and rolling around, crazy stuff. But I mean, they did have some known players in the league that you thought maybe were playing for a second, third, fourth, or fifth chance back into the NFL. So it was important for those guys.
Right.
But they also hired, PR people, social media people, like folks who had keys to a building. Like they, folks who may have left jobs to actually go there and on an act of faith. And so now they on the chow line. So you can't.
And they're not even going to get a check. They're not even guaranteed a check.
It was,
there was payroll issues. They were saying that they're not even going to get a check.
They got thank you. And so, listen, they got paperwork for that. So I hope people are going to get what they need. Yeah, it's sad to see. But, I mean, the NFL, it just proves what a juggernaut the NFL actually is. 16 games in the regular season. Right. And then the playoffs. And that's why when folks are, wondering how the Raiders are going to do here, they have eight home games here. Yep. The NFL will be fine. Yeah. It's the only game in town when it comes to the NFL and an NFL season.
I know, and then we got Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, coming back.
Yes. Just for a year, but you never know. See if it get extended after a year.
He's going to be helping out Vontaze Burfict, who is the Phoenix, I guess, who's getting. I keep banging on the table.
No, it's all good.
No, stop.
No, it's all good.
What's wrong with me?
You're passionate, and that's the sportsnista. Very passionate about that.
The Raiders need help with that defensive front.
Oh, absolutely.
So they need somebody who could help, yesterday in the draft. And so you see what Gruden is doing, stacking his paper and stacking his picks. And so you got to expect there's going to be an impact player, probably 1 and 2, first and second pick coming out.
Absolutely, because the thing of it is we were all kind of questioning the madness, especially when he got rid of Khalil Mack.
I still question that.
Well,
you can't draft a guy when you got the guy. You had the guy. Well, you don't draft a guy.
I don't think that was John Gruden's decision, because I read an article recently that he cried for a few days over the Khalil Mack.
That was him clowning. What grown man is going to sit there and cry for 3 days that some man is not on his football team?
That's what he said. Anymore. He cried for 3 days, man.
He got jokes. John Gruden, why you playing?
I mean, I agree with you. I was almost about to disown a Raiders organization with that whole thing.
He went to Chicago and balled out.
Yeah, well, with that, we already knew that. You have several former Raiders. One went on over to the Cowboys, showed out on that. Yep, did his thing. Then even for the last little part of the season for the Seahawks, they had poor Seabass, even though he got hurt. But
Amari Cooper doing his thing.
Yeah. But we got Antonio Brown too. So that was a big draw.
Antonio Brown is made for this city. He is going to be on a strip in some shiny old black and silver, probably old caddy.
Oh yeah,
driving down.
Oh, he's excited to be joining the team. He's really excited, and that's what it takes as far as being a Raider, and especially being a player. You've got to love the franchise or buy into the franchise, because otherwise you'll be like a Randy Moss or Jamarcus Russell. Not, I show up and I'm not really doing anything because I don't really care to be
Randy
here.
Moss a Hall of Famer. I mean, Jamarcus Russell is a Hall.
I know, but I was mad when Randy left to go to the Patriots. I didn't expect that. He really didn't care for you really have to like us.
Yeah, you're gonna.
You really have to like us.
I mean, and the Raiders, from what I understand, over 60% of those early sales are going to be drive-in traffic. And so, speaking of traffic, we still need a place to park.
Right.
We still have to figure that out.
Yep.
But they're going to be embraced quickly. If it's not going to be by locals, it will be by that drive-in. Traffic too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'm still rooting for Derek Carr. I'd like to see them keep him upright.
Yeah,
for a little
that's
bit.
another talk they're thinking about, maybe getting him out of there. But I think they need to keep him
this year.
And us find at least this season find another backup that can potentially be the next you know.
Well, Lord, I tell you, Eli Manning gonna be available.
No, we don't want him.
It'll be the reverse because
No,
his
I
brother
don't
was
want
Eli's backup,
Yeah.
and so Eli can go.
If they said
his
Peyton Manning
backup.
and it wasn't not this Peyton Manning who's old and retired now, it's
The ghost of Peyton
Yeah,
Manning is
that's
still
what we need.
present.
yeah.
It's just, yeah.
I would even take Andrew Luck. I would take anything better than that.
Yeah, I mean, but this is going to be the proven year for
Yeah, it
Derek
is.
Carr. He's either going to be John Gruden's guy or he's not going to be his guy.
Yeah, and if you're
So,
not his guy, he's gone.
Gots to
Just
go.
that simple.
Gots to go.
And speaking of the gone, what do you think is going to happen with our Lakers? As we're on the NBA topic.
Our Lakers.
Well, what's your team? Let me just get this straight.
Well, here's the thing. Truth be told, I don't really have an NBA team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually very similar to Mel. Like, I wasn't Carolina born or Carolina bred, but when I die, I'm gonna be Carolina dead. So you look at my veins
like that. I
here.
see that,
I'm
yeah.
Tar Heel blue through and through.
Okay.
So that's the team I follow. But in the pros, I'm a big LeBron fan. So
Okay.
wherever Breezy go is where I go. I still kind of got a little love for Cleveland, but I'm from New York. But in terms of the Knicks, like, I could never. Like, ever since that whole mess with Isaiah Thomas, like, I just can't. And as long as Dolan is the owner, I'm looking
And he's not a
elsewhere.
great owner.
I
He
know.
is not a great owner.
You know, we can have a separate conversation about like second generation
Yeah.
owners, and he falls into that. He
Right.
inherited the keys to the Ferrari and just got his learner's permit. So it's been a hot mess ever since. You can't ban
Absolutely.
me from Madison Square Garden and James Dolan like you did that fan who told you to sell the team. So I ain't scared.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I mean, the Lakers. LeBron needs help. He cannot put in not even 37 minutes.
I think
Again.
we're seeing the other side of LeBron right now.
Yeah, he's
and
gotta
so I
be
definitely see that they need some help for sure.
They would have loved to have Russell still on that team, huh?
Man.
But you can't have somebody snitching in the locker room. Like, you can't. Like, Magic had to move him. However, he would have been a very nice complimentary piece.
Well,
to
Deloney
him.
was the guy. Like,
Yeah.
he had the potential to be. I mean, but it's not even so much D'Angelo Russell.
They need
I mean,
scores, man.
yeah,
They need
shooters,
scores, like,
scores, all of that. And I need to
everybody got
stop
to go.
with hiring the former vets. Like, don't mention Carmelo Anthony to me. I'm
What?
sorry. Don't mention him.
They're gonna get a bunch of 10-game
Yeah,
contracts.
I don't want.
coming in
I don't
there.
want that. We
Shaq
need the
and a
fresh.
fool in
Yeah,
there.
I don't need that.
No, you
Like, for
need
real.
bona fides,
Absolutely.
scorers, players who can pop out on the wing and actually, because LeBron is still a great ball handler. So you just have to be ready for the ball.
Yeah. I mean, his facilitating is no question on that.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Lonzo was even getting the hang of his facilitating
Right.
style and stuff.
And I think actually him and Lonzo would have played well together. Is Lonzo's daddy, who is like this straight fool and ruined that whole thing. Now you back on social media, daddy talking about LeBron. That's not gonna work.
No, it's not. And that's and for that reason, Lonzo may possibly be gone.
And his brother stealing stuff. What's wrong with you?
Well, they had the Big Baller Brand tournament out here recently,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I missed that. I didn't get a chance to
Right.
see how that went down and who all
Yeah.
attended. Did you get any info as far as that?
I did. It was sparsely attended,
Okay.
but I heard actually the level of competition was decent. And so, I mean, listen, you leave it up to the athletes; they're gonna do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the other stuff that gets in the way when it comes to LeVar Bell. So
Yeah.
ball,
Yeah.
3 letters, gal. Get it right.
It's all
You're
good.
right.
It's all good. So, last week, like before or after our show was over, they had a retirement center ceremony for Manu Ginobili.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, that is the guy. Like,
I'm
Spurs.
not crying. You're crying.
Don't cry. Don't cry. Because to see that
Yeah.
ceremony, it touched me too.
Yeah.
Because he was just an all around
He was a
player.
Spur,
Like, he just was a Spur. He was into that
family.
mantra, and he was part of that family. And
Yeah.
all along Pop's ethics of playing, and there's no I in team.
Yeah.
It was just all of that.
There's
that
no
philosophy.
I in team, but there's a me.
Yeah.
And what had happened was, he did it the right way. He still
did.
wanted to play, but the Spurs just didn't have a use for his type of services anymore. And Pop, I think, did the right thing, having those candid conversations, like, I love you, man, but you got to go.
Oh yeah, it's time. Sometimes a lot of people don't know when to hang it up, But I think when he saw in the last series of the finals against Golden State, I
That's
think that was
painful.
all telling that he needed to be
Yeah.
like, okay,
Right.
time to put up the
It was very
ball.
merciful.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was
They
very
ran all over him.
merciful.
I mean, that's the kind of thing that we go through. That's what we have. So, I feel like this was a good thing and a good look to see him.
And they did
be
him
a
right.
legend. And they did him right. They did him totally right. Now, one thing you didn't mention, and I hate to go back on the boxing thing real quick, you didn't mention about Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. And I wanted to talk about that real quick, just as far as your take as far as that match and then the rematch or potential rematch.
I wasn't mad at the draw. I actually thought that, well, first of all, Tyson Fury doesn't get enough credit for his boxing skills just because he's kind of a big clowning kind of guy, but he has very solid boxing skills, hits hard, he moves better than people give him credit for. But I just thought, with the knockdown, knockout, because the man got back up, that would have tipped the scales. It would have been like, 116, 115 for Deontay. Now Deontay's back in the ring. Actually, another grudge match. Like they had like off the field kind of like fracas going on. But I see Wilder taking this next fight. They're going to see each other again, but I don't think that it's going to be this year. Yeah. There's too many fighters kind of like in the mix, and you got Kubrat Pulev, who's next in line to fight Joshua as well, and so
that's what I was wondering. The Anthony Joshua fight should be coming up too. I was thinking that as well. Yeah,
a lot of things have to align. Heavyweight division is back. Americans don't pay a whole lot of attention to it because we don't have besides Wilder, there's not a real American heavyweight that we can follow. But go ahead, look across the pond or look into Eastern Europe, and there's heavyweights out there who are real contenders and making it an exciting.
Well, since Klitschko, that was kind of the last of it, and then that was done.
Brothers,
and then, exactly. And so now that you do have Wilder, I watched that fight, and I thought it was a fair call for it to be a draw, but I just was curious with you.
I wasn't mad at it, but with the knockdown like that, I could have seen it going Wilder's way. I don't think that you should be swayed now boxing judging is special.
Right.
But I don't think you should be swayed. He got back up, but he got up because he got knocked down.
Right.
So Wilder should have been rewarded for that.
Yeah. Do you ever watch any boxing, Cam? Or any
sometimes
UFC
I see
or
my
anything
dad
like that?
watching it with his friends, and I'd kind of join and watch, and I see how what they do, and it looks interesting, but I don't watch it that much.
Boxing or MMA?
Whenever it's on. Huh?
MMA, do you watch both or just boxing?
Just whatever's on.
Okay.
So if it's on, I'll take a look, watch it for like a couple minutes, but I don't get into it as much as other people.
Okay, and who were you going for in the World Series this past baseball season?
Last season? I was actually going for the for Texas, and good thing they pulled it off, because I didn't want the Dodgers to win. I'm sorry.
Well, those Red Sox were amazing. There was we couldn't.
Yeah,
there
I
was
wanted
nothing
Texas
we could do.
in it, but
Oh, you were going for the Stros?
Huh?
You were going for Astros? Or
no,
you were going
the
for
Texas Rangers.
Rangers, okay.
I wanted them in it. I knew the Dodgers were going to be in it, but Texas, they just didn't.
Yeah. Well, I was going for my Dodgers, but I had to be realistic because anytime we were flying to Boston, and I'm saying we like I was on the plane with the team, it just wasn't a good look in those series because the weather was so cold. You could see breath. And West Coast teams, we just don't fare in that cold weather, but we got outplayed. We got outmatched. We got outpitched.
They were the better team all season.
They were just a better team all season.
So, they were so deep, and you just couldn't look. Listen, anything bad that happens in life, I always say is a Red Sox thing. Bad people, they Red Sox fans to me. I grew up a Yankee fan, so I got a thing against the Red Sox. Hey, listen, the 27th championship is the hardest one to win, so I understand how people hate. But my West Coast team is the Dodgers. Like I mentioned, I was primarily raised by my granddaddy. Yeah. And we'd listen to Yankee games on the radio. I would write him letters once I moved about the Yankees. I've been to almost 200 Yankee games in my life around the country. A lot of them were in the Bronx with my granddaddy. And so just before he passed, he called me home and he wanted to tell me all the important things. Be a good person, be good to your family, stand up for yourself. And I'm a Dodger fan. And I was like, what? You was a Dodger fan? I said, well, how did that happen? Why wouldn't you share this to me?
Well, you got to understand the history with
it
that.
Makes sense,
it does,
right? But he's like, because of Jackie and because they were originally the Brooklyn Dodgers, that it's always been my team. But he got such a kick out of the fact that I was a Yankee fan that he was just like, that's why my partner for life. Right. If that's the kind of partner you want for life, is going to ride with you to your spot, even though their spot is across the street. And so So the Dodgers, I allow my children to be Dodger fans on the West Coast. They're also Redbird fans because their dad is from St. Louis.
Oh, okay.
And so it's
So
all right.
cards. Okay.
The American League and the National League, like we
Right.
can still play, all right in the sandbox until it come to a World Series and my Yankees are in it and all bets are off.
And see, speaking of that, with kind of rivalries and that kind of thing, Camden, do you have anybody that's rivaled against you right now that you know of?
The team Outlaws, we play them a lot. It's always back and forth. We'd be up by a lot, then they would come up out of nowhere and score a whole bunch. Sometimes by errors by us, and sometimes of just pure greatness by them. But sad thing is now they might be joining CBA, so we wouldn't be able to play them
again.
Yeah.
Gotta beat them right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did beat them Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Or it was the quarterfinal, I think.
Oh, okay.
To go into the semifinal.
Very nice. Very
See,
cool.
but I liked how he gave them props. Like
Yeah, I
sometimes it's a great
know.
game
That's
by
dope.
them.
Yeah.
Sportsmanship matters.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I know you've been seeing how these professional athletes have had a big paycheck. What are
Yeah.
your thoughts on those? Are you for it? Do you feel like it's well deserved? Do you feel like that's what it is for baseball? What is your take as far as Bryce's check, Trout's check, which
Yeah.
is ridiculous? And don't think that there's not going to be another player that's going to get a big check after that.
True.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Otani, what he does, he might get it.
Who?
Otani. He
Oh
might
yeah,
be the
they
next
talking about
one.
him, or I even heard Mookie Betts if he doesn't stay a season with Red Sox, what they gonna do for him? So what do you think of that?
I think it's well deserved. I mean, Mike Trout and Bryce Harper, been out since 2000 something, and they've been working their butt off, doing everything they can to get better every day, off season, in season. So I honestly think it's well deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was just a really good point on, I talk about, is it deserved or is it earned?
Right.
They earn that money.
Right.
And if you can't get out there and do what they do, I'm not going to besmirch a man from going to work where he want to work or where she want to work and earning as much as they can
Especially
while they're there.
Especially when that type of sports genre has the most capital.
Yep.
And can afford to,
They
and there's
got the
never an
money.
issue to have the money to do so.
They have the money.
And I got to tell you something, with Vegas, baseball is still the number one. Regardless of with our
in
nights
terms
being
of
here,
training,
as
yeah.
far as terms of everything.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway,
That was dope.
great show.
Right
I
on.
thank you for coming on, Camden.
you.
I thank you, Cassandra. Where can
thank
they
you.
find you on your social media?
So I'm an IG girl. So
Okay.
find me on Instagram at _sportsnista. I'm on Facebook and Twitter kind of, but Instagram is really where I do my work.
and
then-
you're the _
Yeah.
sports needs stuff. All
That's
right,
right.
cool. Well, I really appreciate you guys coming on.
you.
I was gonna end the show today. I'm loving the music that Quan's playing.
Right.
But I specifically wore my blue today as well for LA to represent for the great all-time guy Nipsey Hussle.
Rest in peace.
Everybody, I mean, who thought on the 1st of April that we would be getting some news like that? I couldn't believe it.
Bananas. Yeah.
It is bananas. And
Yeah.
you, I don't even know how serious to get on this, because it's you killed a black man. You killed a great
Yeah, he was great
black
for the community.
man. Community driven. He had come out here recently. He was at Desert Pines High School with G-Eazy. And I think he had given some shoes and was playing basketball and hoops with some of the kids and stuff. So even extending out of his area that he really wanted to focus on,
Right.
he came to Vegas too.
He was still looking out. So I used to live not far from where his plaza is. I probably have driven by there 100 times at least. And what he was trying to do was to revitalize an area which was kind of controlled by a certain gang. And
Absolutely.
Still,
Yeah.
may not be, but there are people who just got to live there.
Right.
So why not improve the life of individuals who got to live there? And that's what he was doing, buying back property that could actually give people hope. And so, rest in peace, Nipsey. And I
Yeah.
hope there are people who are going to pick up the mantle for him,
Yeah.
understanding how important he was
Yeah.
for that community, and still do good work.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what saddens me the most, I think what hurts the most with that whole situation is your enemy looked like us.
Man.
It looked like me. Like, why are our enemies looking like us? Like, why is that the case? Like, you will probably never know the answer to that.
Well, it was clearly, this was an individual who didn't have much to wake up for.
Yeah.
And so he took a life, and now his life is over.
Yeah.
As it should be.
Yeah,
He's
absolutely.
Going to be
absolutely, without
punished
question.
for it, but. Be good to each other, recognize greatness, and don't see it as a threat, contribute to it, because, eventually it's going to come back around, whatever good they put out there.
Absolutely, Cassandra, well put. I feel like I agree with you wholeheartedly. I feel like we shouldn't be in competition with each other. I think that greatness should be recognized, and it should be acknowledged, and I think it should be promoted.
Right.
And I think when we come off as confident, it's not a thing that we're showing off. It's not a thing that we're trying to brag or boast or floss in front of you. It's trying to show that we are feeling very empowered, as should you, regardless of monetary, regardless of what you have or what you don't have. Always feel that confidence, feel enough to be appreciative and proud of yourself, and proud of others that are really trying to be the betterment for you,
girl. I'm rooting for you.
Yeah, I'm rooting for you too. That's why we got you on here.
Yeah.
So on that note, we're gonna say peace out to everybody. Be well. Take care of one and each other. We're gonna sign off. And again, Kamdyn, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Cassandra, we're gonna have you back on again. We're gonna talk as we get more into boxing, and we outro. Girl Chat Sports.
I'm finna take it there. This time around, I'ma make it clear. Spoke some things into the universe and they appear.